So I'm going to talk a little bit about awareness. So yeah, we've got this just sitting, simply being. Another way we can talk about it is pure awareness. So we're trying within this particular meditation, we're not having a specific object of concentration like metta or development of metta or the breath in the mindfulness of breathing. We are trying to, in a way, just to become simply aware or simply be, which really is the same thing. So we use this word awareness, but often awareness is very overlooked in our experience. So most of the time we're focused on the objects of awareness, so sensory experiences in the body, perceptions of one kind or another, sight, sounds, or more particularly, we're focused on thought. So all of these things can be seen to be arising in awareness. So we can talk about awareness as being something distinct from all of the things that arise within our experience. So when we become aware of the body, say through the breath, or when we become aware of a sound, we have a perception of an object. But that object itself doesn't have awareness. It's within awareness, as it were, but it doesn't have awareness. A thought in itself cannot be aware. A perception, a sound cannot be aware of a sensation in the body. A thought cannot be aware of a sound. A sound might generate a thought, but in itself, those things are not aware. So all those things arising within the six senses are what we're aware of. Well, what is it that is being aware? Well, in a way, it's just awareness itself that is being aware. But the way we don't give much attention to awareness. We don't actually often notice it. We're too busy noticing the objects of awareness. And part of the reason for this is that it's very difficult to be. Well, no, it's not difficult to be. We're always being aware, but it can be difficult to be aware simply of that awareness. And this is partly because that awareness, partly it is because that awareness itself doesn't have any objective qualities like sounds, thoughts, sensations in the body. It doesn't have any objective qualities. So it's like awareness itself is kind of empty. It's the thing that does the seeing. It's the thing that is aware of seeing. It's aware of hearing. It's aware of thoughts arising. But itself, it has no objective quality, and this is why we pass over it quite often and not consider it to be there as a part of experience. But essentially, it is the background of all experience. And if we look at all of our experience arises in awareness. So although we talk about me experiencing myself sitting on a chair, all that is actually in that experience is awareness. Every experience we have is accompanied by awareness and essentially made up of awareness. So, can you actually touch any object without awareness being there? In the touching of that object, can you say there's anything going on in that experience other than the awareness that is there? So it's awareness through the senses, awareness through the mind. So we can't be aware of awareness as an object, even though we are totally aware that we are aware. I mean, if you ask yourself that question, am I aware? It is obvious that we're aware. At least I hope it is. So one of the ways that we can come to look at it is to pay attention to the space between the arisings of experience. So we can do this to some extent within the body, and we were looking at the cloud of sensations, and that sensations, if we look closely, don't seem to have distinct edges to them. We can look at it within sounds. So we hear sounds, but there's spaces within that sound. Or it's almost like the sound itself starts to appear like space, just as the body itself starts to appear like space. And we can do it with thoughts as well. So obviously there's space between thoughts. And again, if we look very closely, we might even start to see that, in a sense, those thoughts themselves are totally spacious. What we think is an objective experience that we're going to kind of get hold of in some kind of concrete way starts to appear more ephemeral, and we're left with just this feeling of being aware, simply being aware. So I hope that's landing okay with you. I mean, there's quite a big teaching in there. But yeah, as always, the best thing to do is try and explore this meditatively. So that's what we'll have a go at, and then we'll have a chance to have a conversation afterwards. So if you want to set up for meditation, so as we normally do, starting with becoming aware of the body, coming into the body with awareness. It takes us away from the thinking mind and the tendency for awareness, our attention to be caught up with the thinking mind, identified with the thinking mind. So unhooking from thinking and coming in directly into the bodily sensate experience. This is the direct knowing, direct seeing, direct experiencing of the body as the body. And we can do this by looking for the specific sensations in the body that are appearing in awareness right now. So we can start with the face and jaw, looking for the direct tactile sensate experience. Making sure our awareness is relaxed. So it's always the case with meditation, and the Buddha spoke about this, that we need a balanced effort. So not too tight, that the mind is straining or forcing or willful. If we start to have that kind of effort, the tendency is for awareness just to stay on the mental level. So what a relaxed awareness. Obviously we don't want to be so loose that we lose all focus whatsoever. So the right amount of effort is just enough effort to stay aware, to keep with the meditation. And just to let everything else just be at ease, relaxed. There's a definite sense of softness with balanced effort. And also in that softness, that relaxedness, there is a heart quality that the awareness, the attention, and the effort have with them. So going down into the body with our awareness, picking up on the direct sensate experienced in the neck and throat. So even if there aren't very distinct sense impressions in this part of the body, just allowing whatever is there to come through. Coming down into coming down into the upper chest. Investigating around the heart area. Just an open awareness that just allows whatever sensations are there to come to the fore. If it helps, can draw the attention back behind the heart, as it were. Going down to the bottom of the rib cage, the diaphragm. The looking for the direct tactile sensate experience. Down into the lower abdomen. Noticing how it is, or what form direct tactile sensation appears as. Outside of our idea of the body, in our direct experience, how do sensations manifest? Are they distinct, concrete items, as it were? And within those sensations, they appear more like a cloud of fizzing energy, something like that. If we are sufficiently aware, we may be able to see the subtle attempts of the mind to try and tell us what the body is like. Notice the difference between that and seeing the body directly from awareness's point of view. And staying with the lower abdomen or wherever it is you're aware in the body at the moment. Notice whether there is any distinct edge or boundary to that experience. Can we really tell where the supposed body ends and supposed not the body starts? or indirect awareness? Is it different to that idea of a distinct edge to the body? In fact, can we really say in any way that the body awareness has any edge to it, any boundary? If you've been investigating this in one part of the body, you can think about going to another part of the body and investigating it there, seeing whether there's any edge, any boundary, any distinct limit. Turning our attention towards sound, hearing. In the same way that we were coming to tactile, sensate experience, so allowing awareness to be open and receptive to whatever is there within the field of sound, the experience of sound. And trying to experience that sound in the same way as we did with the sensate tactile body, simply as it is. Much as a baby would hear sound, but make no categorization of it. Very simple, just receiving of sound as it is. You can have a sense of being the silence in which sound arises. Much in the way we can have a sense of being the space in which the body arises, or the sensations of the body arise. Turning our attention towards thought. We may also be able to see thought arising within this space of awareness. In a sense, no different to tactile sensations or sounds. If we are able to, so we can notice the moment when thought first arises. It's similar to the way that we notice the start of a breath. Focusing on thought in this way quite often causes them just to die down completely. Another way we can become aware of thought as simple arising is to be aware of the space in which thought arises. It can be useful just to focus the physical attention up around the head, wherever it is that thought appears or seems to appear to arise. So if thought is something like sound and sensations that emerges in this space, what is the space that they emerge into? All these things that are arising within the space of awareness, are they, or does it seem that they are distinct from or different from the space of awareness itself. Or to put it another way, is there anything other than awareness in all these experiences of sensations, perceptions, thoughts? Or is it more like that whatever appears within this aware empty space is non-different from the aware empty space itself? The only substance, if we can call it a substance, in this space is awareness itself.